Hey everybody, hope you've been doing good. Coming at you today with a video on some old Proliants. Now, not just one, but actually three old Proliants, which how I'm going to do this video is I'm going to attach a video of me taking these apart, kind of taking a look at them when I first got them out in the garage. So if you're not interested in watching that, you'll be able to skip ahead about 15 minutes. I'll try to tag the video a little bit so that, like I say, if you don't want to see the unboxing portion of it, then you can just go ahead and continue with this video on this guy, which is the machine that I kept intact out of the lot of three of them that I got, which is an ML370 G4. This is an HP now, which is very similar to the G3 that I had. This being the G4 is after when HP has bought out Compaq and has slapped their name like a kid in grade school, writing their name all over the desks and their equipment, saying, "Oh, this is my stuff now." But at the heart, this is really still a Compaq machine. So this is a pretty cool unit. Works great. I've got it updated. Of course, I'm going to show you all inside of it. We'll go on the internet with it and see what it can do. Now, it being just about Easter of 2025, this machine is over 20 years old now. It was built, I believe, around 2004, 2005. So it's about 20 years old here now. So we'll go through this. As far as the other two machines, I've got one underneath my desk there, which I've converted to use an ATX case and also made the backplane ATX. And then the other one is actually for another video. However, Honey, I Shrunk the Proliant, it seems to be a little bit smaller. So just a little teaser on those other ones. Those will be videos for another day. But the main focus for this one today is the 370. So here it is. It runs great. Something I wanted to go over with this real quick before I open it up and show you inside is that these machines could come with the dual-core processors, a 604 socket dual-core processor. However, there's only certain versions of the board that can take these. And from my research, it seems that they were offered from HP with the dual-core processor. So unless yours has the dual-core processor in it, you cannot upgrade, which is unfortunately, pretty stupid. So this one did not have the dual-core. I did upgrade the processor in it, but and like I say, we can't upgrade it to the dual-core. So to open this up, basically, actually what we'll do first is let's open the key. This came with the keys. It was the only one that came with the key, which is pretty cool. Gave it a little bit of oil on the keys there just to help out. In this, I've got four discs loaded in here. Actually, you know what? I don't even remember what I've got in here. I know I have a 4-disc Ultra 320 RAID array on these drives, so they are running pretty good. I don't know if I switch these around. You know what? To be honest, I'm not even sure what I'm running. I'm guessing I'm running 4 72 gig 10,000 Ultra 320. You can see it on there. Another thing to note with these is that Ultra 3 and Ultra 320 are different. Ultra 320 is 320 meg per second, and Ultra 3 is 160 meg per second, I believe. So do not be fooled by these slower discs. But I believe I have 4 of them running in a RAID 0, and then we have 2 146, 10,000 RPM, Ultra 320 again. I believe those are a RAID 0, or they're 2 discs that are separate. But basically, these 4 are going to be running as 1 disc, and then these 2 are either together or they're running both separate. I think they're both separate. We'll find out in a second here. It's been a few days since I've had this running. I don't exactly remember. But I did add in here a blanker panel for this. This is actually an IDE Travon tape drive, which is real cool. I unfortunately don't have any tapes for this, but it does work. I'll show it to you in there. It is working, just if it actually reads the tapes. I don't know, but it does show up, so I'll count that. And then I did upgrade the drive to an LG DVD CD drive, which definitely helps because the original drive in this was shot. Now, we do also have a USB port on the front of this, which in my opinion is kind of upside down. My opinion, USB, that should be with the thick piece, the plastic piece at the bottom, but this one goes upside down. So that's actually from my wireless mouse. This is kind of a stupid design, to be honest, because when the door is closed, we can't actually plug any USB things into there besides something small like the USB mouse dongle, which is very, very tiny. So if we wanted to use something like my Wi-Fi adapter or even a keyboard or something, we have to have the front door open, which is kind of stupid. So, and I have to say the design of this is kind of weird. It's got 3 of the discs which are accessible, and then the hard drives are covered up. We can still see the lights when they light up, when the activity lights. But then this front panel is just kind of like a weird piece of plastic with our buttons fully accessible. Now, something compared to my G3 server over here, which I'm not going to walk all the way over, but something where the G3 server, where it's got the entire panel is sealed up, I think looks a little bit better. But anyway, this is the system here. Let me get my focus put back properly. Thank you very much. Okay. And yeah, like I say, that's that. So let's open up the side here. I'll show you guys inside of it. Now, I do like the 370 servers because they're not like the very high-end machine like the 7000 or the 8000, but they're a definite step up from the basic ones like the 350, where they're really just kind of a big desktop board, honestly. So for this, all we do is we pull our little tab out there, give it a little bit of a pull, and then the whole thing is gonna, hopefully, slide backwards like that, and then we can take our 30-pound panel off the side here. Whoop, smash into my office chair, and then we can take a look inside. So this machine is actually pretty awesome inside. I did add some fans into it here. I'll get to that in a second, but we'll go over the few things in here that I have added. Now, first of all, you'll probably see, we'll start at the top almost. So you'll see that GeForce card in there. Let me get to that in just a second. Above it, we have a fiber optic card, which I haven't really figured out, but there is 2 PCI Express slots on this board. They're 8X slots, which again, you're probably wondering, how the hell did I get a GeForce 9600 or 9200, whatever the hell that is in there, installed? So that what I actually had to do was, you know what? Here, let me show you. Let me show you what I did. Just kidding, it's screwed in, so I won't be able to pull it out. But what I actually did was actually cut down the PCI slot on that card, and then for the power, I just took a Molex, a 4-pin Molex, and modified it to take a 6-pin, which I was not sure if it was going to work, but it did work. I don't know if you can see that. It's buried in there somewhere. I tried to cable manage it, but that's literally a 4-pin Molex with 1 wire going to the 3 wires for the 12 volt and the ground wire going to the 3 wires of the ground on this. And this card is cut down from a 16 slot. I did cut the fingers on it to an 8, and it fits, and it's plugged in and it works. So I'll show you that in a second of it running. We did put the Smart Array 642 into this, which is a 320 meg card. This will give us the full 320 with the right cable going to the right hard drive bay, which you'll see it has the cable plugged in there. There's our power plug, and then this also has kind of like a loop. You can't see it in there, but it's got like a 68-pin SCSI cable in a loop, which I believe for everything to work, you need to have the full setup of these parts, or else you will not get the full speed. I'm just going to push that cable. I don't want it to get stuck in there. So that's that for the PCI setups. Like I say, we've got the fiber optic card, my graphics card, the Smart Array, and then we've also got a Sound Blaster, because of course we want to have sound on this. Our Sound Blaster X-Fi, which I believe that is an SBO 460 model in there, which works good. I actually thought it was an Audigy 2, so when I installed the modified driver pack, it showed up as the X-Fi, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But then my dumbass, when I opened it, the panel later, I'm like, oh, that's actually is an X-Fi card. So I did also, I had this whole machine apart. I took it all apart. I cleaned everything. It was in very good shape. Definitely dusty. This one was the dirtiest of all of them. So I did take it all apart. I did add the feet to it, which you'll see I just put in there. Had to modify the feet, and I used a bit of hot glue. The weight of the server is pushing down on the feet, and it will stay sturdy. The only thing you have to watch is that not to bump the feet, because they can pop off pretty easily. Hot glue works great, but on metal, it's not the strongest, but it does work for this. Let me put my tripod down here. For the processors, I did upgrade them. The processors on this I actually ended up throwing out, which were weird. They had a bit of kind of a corrosion on them, which you'll probably see. I'm planning to attach that video of me taking the computers apart in the garage. And they were the 3 gigahertz Xeon 604 with a 2 meg cache, but unfortunately they had kind of like a corrosion on some of the pins, and some of the pins were actually, as I was cleaning them, were coming off. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of these. I did have one of the 3.4 1 meg processors that didn't work. It was dead, and actually plugging it into my 350 that I got, it actually reported that the processor was no good, which I've never had a dead 604 chip that, isn't physically damaged. This one was in good shape, but it just didn't work. So I actually turned it into a fridge magnet, which, you know what? I actually have the fridge magnet right here, which I will show you. That's the dead 604. You can say I wrote on it dead with the Sharpie, which I like to do that, just a little bit of hot glue, and then let me stick this on somewhere that's not going to mess anything up. It just goes on there, and then I turn it into a bit of a fridge magnet, as you can see. So obviously we'll go in the fridge. I do like to put hot glue on the back so that it doesn't scratch my brand new LG fridge that I own. But anyway, thank you, Mom and Dad, for the LG fridge. But anyway, these are the chips. I upgraded them to the 3.4 2 meg chips, which are pretty swanky. They're pretty high end on the 604 lineup, next to the 3.6 and then the 3.8 with the 2 meg cache. They are the third fastest set of chips you can get. So new thermal paste, new thermal paste, clean up all the stuff, all the gunk on there. I did add extra fans. The 370 G3 and G4 share the same fans, which what I'm gonna do in this video is actually you can remove these two fans, and then this other fan up here, I believe this guy, those are redundant fans, so the server should run without a hitch with these 3 fans removed. I just keep them in there because where else am I gonna put them? But this will make it a little quieter for our video, and it should run quieter, I guess. It'll run the exact same. These machines are pretty good as far as the cooling. You see we still got our 2 fans there, and then our one at the top for the PCI cards. Now, one thing I wanted to mention on this too is our RAM. So this being the 370 server, we get the extra set of slots on this. So on this we have 8 slots. There are 8 1 gig sticks of DDR2 400 or 3200 are registered. So what was really weird with this is that this machine was real picky to upgrade the RAM. So what I had to do is I could get 6 gigs in this working perfectly, step by step, putting in 2 at a time. But then the other 2, the machine would not boot. So what I actually had to do with this was kind of weird. So what I did is I gave it a bad memory config, is I just kind of plugged the slots, the RAM in all over the place. I instead of doing like A, B, C, D, E, F, I plugged in the RAM in the wrong channels, and that gave a memory error for all of the RAM to show up, and then I put it all back in and it all worked. So it was kind of weird. I kind of had to trick the machine into thinking it was no good and then install the good RAM into it. So it was definitely tricky to get going. But I do have 8 gigs of RAM in this now. Does work great. And that's really about it. The inside is cool. Like I say, this is definitely not a standard desktop board, as you can tell by looking at it. It's got kind of like a big board here, and then our power supplies are in behind. This does have 2 power supplies. They both work. You'll see I have the one unplugged here in the back, just so it doesn't throw me a caution error, because it will say, oh, one's unplugged, what are you doing? So we've got that unplugged there. But yeah, that's about it. Pretty straightforward, pretty nice machine, runs good. Something that you'll see here in just a second with this, which is real nice, is that HP actually does, they've changed these machines with this generation where they don't run at full tilt all the time. It will automatically hike down and run at the nicer speed, which I will show you in a second here. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this back up, put my panel back on here, because I'm gonna run this guy for you. Actually, no, you know what, we'll keep it open. I'll fire it up with you for it being open. So let's go around here now. Let's keep everything open. I lied. We're gonna switch on my breaker. That will give us standby to our server. Our little yellow light will be on there. I'm going to be running it off of this screen here. There, just went on standby. So let's hit our power button. I like to press the UID just because you gotta get the blue light. It looks cool. We'll press that. You'll hear it go full tilt there, and then immediately hike down, and that's the running speed of it. So it actually runs quite nice here now. I'll let it fire up, and we should boot into Windows 7. Then I'll adjust my camera, and I will we'll do the second part of the video where I actually use this thing. But we'll see here in a second now. There's our drive starting to fire up. We've got all our green lights on for our, again, this is like the heartbeat and the health, and then the network, which the network you'll never see because I never have these things networked in. But these will either go like a yellow or an orange or a red depending on the health. So everything should be green. But there's our splash screen there. You'll hear our drive start to spool up. These are a nice disc. They're pretty quiet. These ones these ones sound good. I like them. But here's our boot up screen here now. You'll see our 8 gigs of RAM, our 2 processors, the 3.4 with the 800 bus and the 2 meg of cache. Yo, what's up? I always like to put a custom post message on here. Makes me laugh. There's our smart array controller. We got our 1 disc. Apparently I didn't configure those other 2 discs, but that's okay. We're gonna go get the prompt. You'll see there's no startup errors on there, and then we should boot right into our hard drive C, which is our smart array drive, and it should boot right into Windows 7. There we go. So I'm gonna stop the video here now. I'm gonna button the server back up. I'm gonna put our lid on it just to make it a little quieter when I do the second part of the video, and we'll go on the internet with this here now and just do some of the stuff on the desktop and see how it really works and what it can do. Alright, so we are back on the ye old login page. Now you'll see that there's actually a login here with a very discreet or unhackable 123 for a password. Now the reason behind that and me needing to put a password on this is that for the HP system management, oh yes, you, my favorite, how about you go away and never come back, is that for the HP system management homepage here, is that we need to actually have a username and password set up to be able to access this. Now, unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of this management homepage. I do much prefer the management, whatever you call it, program that is on the older versions of the compact firmware. However, that does not work on this, doesn't work on the newer operating system, especially not Windows 7, and it doesn't work on the newer gen of servers. They don't really do anything, so we have to use this. Now, this would be good, I guess, if you're actually using the server as a server and wanting to, you know, maybe monitor this remotely. However, I'm not a big fan of it, and it doesn't work that well. We also need to open this now in Internet Explorer. It doesn't actually work in Chrome, as you'll see here. It's taking, wait for me to shrink it, and then now I'm gonna load. Oh, just kidding. But let's let that do its thing. We'll go into the control panel here. I'll show you around this machine. This actually runs pretty quick. You'll see there's our experience index on here, our 2 processors and our 8 gig of RAM all showing up properly. Our experience index for this is actually pretty good. You'll see the processor and the RAM are the slowest aspects here. I mean, they are 20 years old. However, we still got a 5.4 on the Windows 7. Our graphics card, which is that NVIDIA card I was showing you, do a 6.4, and then our fastest thing is actually the 320, actually running at 320 now, our hard disk. So if we go into the device manager, let's, I'm gonna make it full screen, but it makes more sense to do it like this. In our device manager, we'll see here, this is conveniently named Thanos 2 to go with my other Thanos. But there's our 9800 GT. It shows up. You can see it. It's working properly, which, yeah, I guess being chopped down in my vise in the garage and getting half the fingers cut off with a hacksaw, it means working properly, but it's working. Here's our one SCSI disk there. Our CD-ROM shows up, of course. Our floppy shows up. Our controllers, blah, 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 blah. Everything else. We hear the, here's the built-in ILO management. I actually was going to use the ILO 2 card that I have here, which is, a spoiler alert again, is in my baby Proliant there, but because I wanted to use that and actually kind of use it, build it. The thing with the ILO adapter is that, not this one, but the ILO PCI card is it has a Rage XL 8 meg built into it, which will take over the graphics. So unless you want to use a stupid 8 meg Rage XL chip, you have to use that card, which is kind of, unfortunately, pretty shitty, but I wanted to use the gaming. We gotta do gaming with this, man. We gotta do gaming. But that's that. Our PCI device that doesn't show up, that is that PCI Express fiber optic card, which is currently in purgatory for me actually figuring out how to get it to work. But yeah, that's that. Our 4 chips, which are 2 physical processor, of course, each with hyperthread, which these are kind of like a swanky Pentium 4, like a last gen P4, except you get the SMP, and you can run 2 of them together and make awesome videos for your YouTube channel and your 500-something devoted followers. Yeah. 641 controller, again, 320 meg, works great, shows right up in Windows 7. We can do a Windows 7 install right from the disk. No driver, no F6 driver, no loading driver. This is in Windows 7. It loads and it runs and it rocks. And the last thing I'm going to show you is that Seagate STT341. Okay, let's just pretend I'm not going to say that. That's our tape drive, which that actually shows up. And it's in there, and it shows up, which is actually on IDE. I don't think I showed that when I had the machine open. Let me see if I can move this a little bit closer, a little bit better here for you. But that's our tape drive, and it shows up in here, and it does work properly, despite me not actually having a cassette to try in it. But that's that. Let me show you the NVIDIA control panel on this, just so you can see that this thing is actually working. There's our 9800 GT, and it's there. We're running this in the 1600 by 900, I believe, resolution of this monitor. Yeah, there we go, at 60 hertz and our nice color mode. So it looks good. It looks good. It runs nice. There's our CPU monitor. I'll set the camera here so that you can actually see the CPU monitor in the side. Let me move this guy just a little bit over. Let's see here with our RAM usage. We're only using a gig and change of RAM and basically idling on this. But let me go log in here. Dom. Oh, it actually remembered it. Oh, I might switch to Internet Explorer after all. I'll spend about 40 years to log into this. Well, that's loading. I'm going to open up CPU-Z here on the side for you. We can take a look at the... this will give us a little bit of info kind of on the system. I'm trying to adjust my camera here, make it... I don't want to have any... The problem with these digital panels is that when you get the refresh rate, you can kind of see it there like a line. I don't know how bad it's going to be in the actual video, but... I wish I would use like a screen recording software, but I believe it's nice to get to, if you saw it through my eyes, to actually see what I'm doing. Anyway, I love how these just show up as Intel Xeon. And the Irwindale, of course, is that 90 nanometer, our ancient, the dinosaur grade tech on there. But it runs good. Like I say, 2.8. It will downclock. So right now it's at the lower multiplier. You can see our front side bus here. There's our bus, and then you can see it. Oh, it just jumps up to 3.4 when it's actually doing something, because you'll see our CPU meter here hike up, and then, oh, it sounds like our fans are actually picking up speed a little bit there too. I'm actually working now. I'm actually doing something. See here, ML330 G4. Sorry, 370 G4. A little bit of info on the machine, our BIOS. I did update the new BIOS on this as well. I do have the disk. A little trick to get around that BIOS upgrade is that, let me show you that here in just a second. I'll tell you how you can find the BIOS. There's our system management page just loaded. I'll tell you a little trick how we can get around of our BIOS updating on the system, and how to download drivers for these machines in general. So how we can do that, let me shrink you down here, is that, see this file here. So basically what we want is let's just run this for fun. This is the Insight Management Agent. So say we wanted our management agent driver for this, which, spoiler alert, you can actually download that right off HP. However, the BIOS for this, HP is a bit of a dickhead, and they won't let you download the BIOS. So say this is our BIOS file. Say we Google ML370 G4 BIOS. Oh, you need the HP support agreement. Well, you know what, HP, you can go jump in the lake. So if you look in the document, you know, here I'm gonna show you. Let's take a brief interruption from our video here. You see, I got my Wi-Fi adapter. It's let me move this here. You can see our Wi-Fi. Hello, our Wi-Fi connection on the bottom there. We are connected on to the internet. So let's say you got one of these servers and you want the BIOS. So ML370 G4 BIOS. Okay, awesome. I want to actually put the better processors in it here. So again, this is actually on the server. We actually got it running here. She's actually running, and we've got her on this is the actual screen. I mean, I don't know why I make a video and then like, I don't know, everything nowadays it seems like it's fake, and all these stupid videos of these people in the park like, oh, look at this, I looked at this girlfriend and she smacked me. So it's just stupid shit. But anyway, so if we go in here, we're on the page on the HP, which, I mean, props to HP for having this stuff on their whatever, but the problem is that, see here, we want to get our BIOS, our P50 BIOS on here. There's the latest version, the 0719, not the online ROM flash, it's different. So if we want to get this, oh, look at it, it's locked. Oh, you need the support agreement. So no, you know what? You can go, again, jump in the lake. What we can do on here is, if you go through here to revision history, there's a way that we can find this on here. We can either Google that, or sometimes you will have there's a way you can go on here. Basically what we want to find is that version, that file number. Let me make this full screen, make it easier to see. There's a way to see the file for this, or the README. Sometimes you can get the README, but in the end, we want to find out that CP number of that file that we're trying to download. Now, there's a way to do it. Maybe it's for oh yeah, here it is right here. So see installation instructions, see this right here. So this is the file that we want, that CP. So if you search this, and then if you go down here, you can punch that into Google. Again, sometimes if we're lucky, we will find this, but then sometimes not. But anyway, here is another way. This is how I do it. If you click on this article, this is a PDF document that'll open here in just a second. This is from HP. So if we're on here now, you can see this here. Firmware maintenance CD content, I can't really get this all the way in full screen, 7.60. So now if you were to Google firmware maintenance CD, what's this? Let me show you. Let me show you a thing or two here. 7.60 download. Usually you can find this CD, or one that's very similar to it, or look on the firmware maintenance CD for that file. Again, what was it? CP, blah, 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 whatever this file, and then that's how you can find it. So it does take a little bit of digging, but you can get the BIOS for this. Or you can just send me a nice message and I can send it to you. But here's our very, very useful, I don't know why I did that, our very, very useful HP management homepage. Welcome home. There you go. That's basically what it does. You get a nice big green check mark. Woo! And that's about it. There's a few things that we can see on this. Again, it's pretty shoddy how it works in Windows 7. Sometimes, depending on the machine or the operating system, you can actually see a few things with this. I know with my 350, with this running in Windows 2000, you can actually use it and it does work all right, but in Windows 7, this is pretty abysmally awful. It doesn't really work too well. But we all we get is Thanos 2. It doesn't even know what it is. It tries. You can get different agents, but again, it's kind of it's kind of a pain to get all this installed on here. It doesn't really work too well. I'll try to show you in here. Again, even stuff that actually installs on this, we don't really get much. We get our, you can even, nice job. We get our homepage on there, and that's really it, unless you want to network it. Again, this was kind of moving away from the older Series Smart Start, and it tried to put everything online, which I don't like. I'm not a fan of it. Oh, let's go here. Sorry. Ooh, you can see the performance of this is actually pretty good as my CPUs just hike full freaking tilt there. But this is as a desktop Windows 7, it's pretty usable. You can see I was just on the HP website there, showing you how to snipe the files and whatnot. As I just cooked Google Chrome and it didn't actually do anything. Oh no, it did. I clicked this stupid hardware monitor and it didn't do anything. I don't even know. Does that just like not work? I guess I don't know. Anyway, let's we got it. There, as I was saying, it runs so great. Oh, you're not responding. Oh God. I'm trying, boss. Yeah, so here's this. Oh, that's been repasted and that's running at a nice cool 75 degrees. That's awesome. I don't really know why it's that hot. We don't really get a whole lot of info on here. Just basically the chips. I don't really know why I opened that. This program is nice because it will log our speed, so it can. This is going to be handy if you want to make sure your chip and whatnot is getting up to the highest speed. But the other program already showed that too. So this one can go jump in the lake. We don't want that. What we do want now is we have to go to YouTube. A rite of passage of my videos is we have to go on YouTube and see how well this can play a video. What? Why didn't I even click on that? What the hell? Was that me? Did I not just click on YouTube and it started playing that video? What the hell was that? What is this? What is this guy screaming on this? I don't want this. I need Mr. Beast. Of course it's an ad. Page doesn't even load. It's like, watch these ads! You're gonna sit down and you're gonna watch these ads, and I'm gonna use entirety of your processor. Okay, can you stop playing? You know what we're here for. Mr. Beast, please notice me. One day I wanna get out of here. One day I wanna go. Look how big the thumbnail. Oh my God. See, I'm not using any sort of ad blocker or pop-up. This is bareback, what do you call it? Bareback Chrome. No, you get the pure experience. So let's make this good old full screen. Our fans are hiking up, and apparently I don't actually have sound. I should. I've got what? Oh no. I don't think I have sound. I have my headphone plugged in for some speaker, but and I have the driver installed. But apparently there's no sound coming out of this. Hold on. Let me see. Our video's playing quite nicely though. But I don't have sound. I wonder if I messed up the driver on this card. I don't really know. But what is really good is that I'm actually running this off of. Oh, it's on 480. Let's put it to 720. 720 and windowed, so we can see our CPU monitor on the side. But this is. You thought, oh, she's using it. Only 2 gigs of RAM, which is surprising for Chrome considering I'm rocking 8. But okay, get these closed captions out of here. This is actually a good video. Again, I like the Mr. Beast. He's got some good stuff. But this is. I mean, we can. I'm running Wi-Fi. You know what we're gonna do real quick is the video's buffered, but let me just do speed test here. I'm curious to see what I'm getting on my Wi-Fi adapter. It is pretty quick loading, so I don't think. Yeah, that'll be enough. That'll be enough to watch video. So it's not an internet issue. So this is just, let's make this full screen here. 480 was working good. He giggled. But this is kind of crap for 720. Don't forget, we are running the 16:900 on my monitor here as well, so we're gonna have to downshift this a little bit. But it plays good. Like I say, I was able to go right onto this. There was no issues with it loading. All again, like we are using Windows 7 64, so all of this is loading, all the comments and everything. It's working. It's working good. We can play this now. I find YouTube is kind of the heaviest, test, you would say, for the internet. But we can go on here. Let's look up dual-core 604 Xeon just to see the chips that I can't run in this system. And, oh no, that's different. We cannot run these 7000 series chips. These are for quad socket systems. I see stupid goddamn Reddit saying, oh, you can put these 6 cores in. No, these don't work. You need to have a system with the weird RAM with the quad socket for these. Because trust me, I want to get one, but they're hard to find. We need, this is the one we need right here. 4 meg 800. This is going to be a lot like the Pentium D Extreme, but these would go in this system, but we need the different version of the board, so read. What am I going to read on it? Does it work or does it not? No, it's from an auction. Okay, well that's... it's still too much money, but that eBay works good. eBay's working good on this. It runs nice. Internet's a pass. Usage is as a pass. Now, I got something to show you. We're going to use the latest version of Minecraft. We are going to play it on my 370 G4 with 9800 GT. We are going to play the new version of Minecraft. We're going to connect to my server, which you are all invited to join to play. Come play with me. Right there, 121.5. Latest release. We are going to play this. And I'm going to show you the raw performance of using this. And I'm going to keep it windowed so that you can see the CPU and RAM usage in there. Again, apologize for the interesting configuration here. I'm trying my best, guys. This does take a little while to load, which is funny. But spoiler alert again, it does work. And it's awesome. It's pretty cool. Keep in mind, this machine's 20 years old. I don't know exactly. You know what? I'm not sure. I want to say that card is around 2008? I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, July 21st, 2008. It's almost like he knows his stuff. So that card, I mean, here's the date right here. Oops, you can't see it. But 4/11/2025, again, a week before Easter. That card is pushing 20 years. Oh my God, I'm old, man. But yeah, 20-year-old system. Actually, here, you know what, for fun? Let me see, ML350, sorry, 370 G4 release date. Okay, that was useless. I know it's not 2008. I don't know, this machine's gonna be, well, here's 2005. Yeah, so I'm going to put this machine around 2004, 2005 or so. So it's like I say, it's about 20 years old. This machine's, I can't believe that. This machine's about 20 years old, and the graphics card is about, well, close. Yeah, it's a couple of years newer than the machine, so it's pretty crazy to see. But here's my server. If you guys want to join it, you're welcome to come and, oh, that won't work. Sorry, to join this, the server is domserver.minecraft.net. This is the server address. Anybody's welcome to come play on this. Don't make a mess, please. It's whatever. This won't work because I'm on my local whatever here, but here's the server. We can join it. I don't even remember where I was on this last. I think I was in my little village that I built, but here it is. Oh, it's nighttime. Oh, we're trying. But this is on a server. Let's let it load here because I did give this a test run previously. See if I can open this, and you'll see it's trying at 12, 13, 16, full power. We're trying, but we'll be able to get this to load. Let me check my settings on here. It should be set for the low 6.6 for that max frame rate 70. Well, you know, a good guy can dream. VSync off. Again, I want to have it on. I think that the fast graphics look totally awful, but these are basically the settings that I play with clouds and shadows off on my actual RTX machine. So these are okay settings, obviously just lowered down. But you'll see here our frame rate. Again, I am in the village. There's a bunch of dudes going around here and stuff. We do drop our frame rate quite a bit, but I mean, this is playable. Do I dare say it? It's it runs, especially if I kind of do, I find a trick with this is that we can kind of do kind of a 360 and kind of just load in all of our stuff. So if I were to do that, let's check our frame rate now. Again, pretty close to 30. We're getting 25, 29. Can I break it if I look at the sky? Oh, there is 45. Whew. Zooey mama, I might actually, I think I got my wings on there. Can't show that on whatever, the name of those wings is explicit, but I am wearing the, I am wearing the Elytra wings. They have a pretty bad offensive name, so we're not able to show that on YouTube. But I don't want you all thinking I hate crime here for what I've called my Elytra wings. But we have this all loaded. You can see it's a new version. There's all our new chickens. Let's load this. Let's load this up here. My main machine, I play it on full. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, that might have been a bad idea. But again, like I say, because it's once I find with this game, once it loads into RAM, you can see we're using 3 gigs of RAM there now. I find once this is all loaded into RAM, oh, good. I tried to fly over there. I don't know how well it's going to actually work. Whoa, this is definitely a different experience. You can see our chunks loading, and it's trying. It's trying. What I want to actually do for fun is I'm probably going to cry, but I want to open this CPU monitor and see what our temperature of that video card is. I'm putting my hand up to it, but I mean, that's a single slot card. And I did repaste it with MX4 paste just to kind of help it out. And I don't know, man, that thing just runs so freaking hot. I don't know how you're supposed to cool that card down. Short of a water cooler block for it, it's, that thing it's got some plutonium in it to make it run, and because that thing is just, it's something else. But I bet you this card is pushing 100 degrees. I'm kind of concerned about how hot this is going to be. Oh, it's only went up. Sorry, playing Minecraft, it only went up 2 degrees. Okay, I don't know. It looks like it's running at good speeds, I guess. I don't know. I expected that to be a lot hotter. But yeah, here's this. Again, if we check our thing, oh yeah, single-digit FPS. So definitely would not recommend to play it on the on the setting. Now I'm wondering, because if I look at the GPU, it's actually, you see here at the top here, there's a GPU usage. Again, 100%, but it was actually showing for the majority of it about 60%. So I'm guessing, I would have to gather that this is definitely CPU limited. I mean, the CPUs are running pretty fast. However, they're Pentium 4, so they're not exactly the fastest machine. Let's set this to 5. That's okay, whatever. Let's just set it to the lowest setting just to see how much we can squeeze out. Ooh, that actually runs very nice. It's crazy how we can set that down by just a couple chunks and have it load. I mean, this is like, you can't even see across the street, it's so foggy. But this is actually quite playable. Let's put it on full screen. And this actually reminds me back in the day when I used to run this on a Pentium 4, I think a 3.2 Pentium 4 that I pulled out of the garbage, and an X1600 Radeon back on the Windows XP era stuff. But it back when this game was new, I'm dating myself again. But this actually runs pretty good. I'm getting 40, 45, 30, 35, 40. If I look at the sky, can I break 60 if I look at the air? Not quite, but it runs good. I'm saying that it runs good. And now, like I say, this machine, it does pretty good, I have to say. It runs nice as a desktop. It runs nice as itself. It's definitely, the fans are definitely spinning. Again, I've only got the 3 fans in there, but hello. Oh, it was already open. You can hear it now. It's definitely a little bit mad at me playing it. But anyway, let's put her to bed now. That's going to be the video. We'll shut her down. You see our discs scheme there. Oh, you know what I should have done, and see if those actually get 320 meg for our read. But judging by that speed in Windows, the 6.5, that's I'm gonna say that's actually getting pretty close to the 320. Like I say, you can see them blinking are 4 discs, but it's fast. You see my video? What's that? You see my video? It runs all right, I have to say, for a 20-year-old machine with Pentium 4 based hot Xeons and very hot SCSIs. Like here, let's for fun, let's pull one of these out, and I'll right in the middle, the hot potato right in the middle. Like that is actually, you know what? It's not too bad. I'm surprised. Those, like you can see, it's got the warning right on it. These discs, I got some of the older ones, and they will pretty much burn your hand that they get that hot. But that's going to be it for the video. Right at the end there, it decided to want to kind of cut out on me by accident. I don't really know what happened. But anyway, that's going to be the video for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, any questions or anything you want to add? I love hearing all the comments, all the stories about people who actually got the pleasure to work on these in a production environment. It's cool to see. I like it. I don't use any social media, but the YouTube, for me to make these videos, I really enjoy it. I love having the machines around. Again, I got a special machine on the way here too. Don't mind my taken apart dehumidifier, trying to get warranty on that. But yeah, that's about it. Again, any comments, questions, even something just to add insight, I love to hear it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great day. Take care.